Year 1, Unit 4, Grammar Key Terms, Week 1. Kingdom, the largest group into which living things are classified. Kingdom. Roots, the part of the plant that grows into the ground, absorbs water and nutrients, and anchors it. Roots. Vascular tissue, a series of tubes that transport nutrients and other chemicals throughout the plants. Vascular tissue. Taxonomy, the method of classifying things. Kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. Taxonomy. Botany, the science of plants. Botany. Scientists that study plants are called botanists. Key people. Carl Linnaeus, Swedish naturalist who developed binomial nomenclature to classify and organize plants and animals. Carlos Linnaeus. Theophrastus, ancient Greek, often called the father of botany for his two surviving works on identification and description of plants. Robert Brown, a leading Scottish botanist of his day who discovered the nucleus of a plant cell and the distinction between gymnosperms and angiosperms. Robert Brown. He used the Brown microscope. Week 2, key terms. Self-pollination, when pollination from one plant pollinates itself. Using the stigma. Pollination, self-pollination. Cross-pollination, when pollen from one plant pollinates another plant of the same kind. Pollen goes onto the stamen, from the stamen to the pistil. Fertilization, when pollen material and ovules join together in order to make seeds. Look, it's happening in the ovary. Cotyledon, food storage in a seed to supply nourishment to a new plant. Cotyledon, kind of like the egg yolk in an egg. Monocot, a seed with one cotyledon, the food supply. Monocot. Dicot, seeds with two cotyledons, two food supplies. Embryo, the developing plant inside a seed that has a polmule, a shoot, and a radicle, a root. Embryo. Nehemiah Grew, English plant psychologist or physiologist, known as one of the first investigators of the structure and function of plants, wrote The Anatomy of Plants. Nehemiah Grew. Asa Gray, American botanist, famous for his Manual of Plants, Gray's Manual of Plants, and is still the standard work of reference. Asa Gray. Week 3, key terms. Photosynthesis, the process that changes light, water, and carbon dioxide into sugar and oxygen. Photosynthesis. Carnivorous, meat-eating plants. Carnivorous. Deciduous, trees that lose their leaves in order to conserve water during the winter. Deciduous. Evergreen, trees that keep their leaves during the winter and have modified leaves for survival. Evergreen. Annual ring, a single ring of xylem on a cross section of an older plant showing 1 year's growth. Annual ring. Spores, reproductive cells produced by flowerless plants. Spores, you can see them on the back of a fern leaf. John Muir, Scottish-born American naturalist who was an early advocate for preservation of U.S. wilderness areas. John Muir. Ferdinand Kohn, German botanist and bacteriologist who studied morphology of algae and fungi and demonstrated that bacteria are plants. Ferdinand Kohn. That's it.